ESPN, the Total Sports Network, presents the Bud Light Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. This weekend, it's the Outdoor Products Long Beach Shootout. Smooth sailing, a beautiful day in Southern California, and a great day in Long Beach, California for beach volleyball fans.
Paul Mitchell with the ball.
The playing conditions couldn't be better, John. It's 68 degrees. We've got a 12 to 15 mile per hour wind that is quartering across the court.
It's coming across the court, and it's changed a little bit. These big jump servers are going to have to make a few adjustments because it's coming toward the champion side of the court now. It's giving them the service advantage.
Coming toward us. Jump serve from Jeff Williams. It goes just long. We start at zeros, but of course, side out scoring to 15 points. Williams serves long. Oops, tie goes to you.
They've been out there warming up and getting a feel for the wind, but it has altered a little bit. Roger Clark is going to try and serve from the right-hand corner and serve into that breeze.
Jump serve into the breeze. Deal has a problem with that pass, and now he has to go outside. We've got a point opportunity for champion as Clark comes up on the outside, but he is stopped by Buck and Deal. No, he is not stopped, John.
The ball goes down just inside that block.
Looked like the ball came down on the other side of the court, but it didn't. That is a point for champion. Roger Clark will serve 1-0. Right now, we had 2 points so fast, we couldn't get him in before our first commercial break. Team Paul Mitchell is set by Mike Seeley, 3 times an All-American and an NCAA champ at UCLA. Hitting on the outside for Seeley, it'll be Mike Deal, also a Bruin from UCLA. And his big outside hitter is Jeff Williams, the winningest player on the tour, 2 times an All-American and a national champ, also a Bruin. And in the middle from Pepperdine with 2 Olympic gold medals, it is Craig Buck. When you look at team champion, you see their legendary setter, Dusty Dvorak from USC, an Olympic gold medalist in the middle. On the outside from the Bruins of UCLA, 3 times an NCAA champ, it's Roger Clark. The other outside hitter from Pepperdine University, it's Bob Stavertlich, also an Olympic gold medalist. And the middle blocker from San Diego State and a former member of the U.S. national team is Mark Jones.
And there we saw Roger Clark try to revisit that spike down the line, that jump serve down the line. He just out of bounds that time.
Paul Mitchell serves 0-2. And Bob Stavertlich coming up on the X-play in the middle. John gets that side out easily.
And there's a man that Dusty Dvorak plans to visit very frequently in the middle. Up to the net, and there's Stavertlich coming through on the X. Only 1 blocker up there, never enough to stop Bob Stavertlich.
Stavertlich gets himself set now as his setter, Dusty Dvorak, is behind him with service going into the wind. They're on the good side. Deal. Deals the ball to Seeley, and on the X-play, Williams is stopped by Jones. Deal is dug by Clark. Here comes Roger Clark on the outside. He is blocked by Buck. The ball still up. Side out for Buck here. No! It is a block by Mark Jones. 3-0 is the score.
That time the set fell inside. The set fell inside. And when that set doesn't get all the way outside to Craig Buck, it's going to catch him. There we see the block. Nice penetration that time as the middle blocker. Mark Jones very happy about stopping big Craig Buck. Nice piking over the net.
We talked in the open of the show that the key to the match is Deal and Stavertlich, but Buck has got to really have a game for Paul Mitchell to stop champion. Deal goes outside, hits hard, hammers inside on the block, side out.
And a very nice angle cut shot by Deal. He told me that was his favorite shot. Loves that outside set.
Mike Seeley is at the service line. Seeley talks to us before the match about his team.
Well, the fact that we have 2 veterans and 2 rookies makes it an interesting combination. If things are going well, they kind of help us mature, guide us along. But if they're edgy and in a bad mood, you know, they ride us. So either way.
And that's so necessary that Craig Buck and Jeff Williams stick with these younger players. They've done so, and they're doing great this tournament because of it.
Jones is blocked, but Buck is caught in the net. Buck nets, and that's a side out to champion.
Where is that? Good.
Ooh, Bob Stavertlich serves that ball just out, and Deal was back there all alone. He made a good call, let that ball go wide.
Deal has had trouble passing 2 balls, and that just puts more and more pressure on him, and Craig Buck can either defuse that pressure or intensify it by how he treats his rookie partner.
First final of the year for Paul Mitchell. Their captain, Jeff Williams, serves it up. Oh, and Dusty Dvorak has a lift right there. Actually, a double hit. Dusty did not get his hands well on that set.
The ball was low into the net. Dusty will often make that set, but this time the ball gets a little too low and out of his wheelhouse, and it just spins up there, and Rick Olmsted quick on the call.
Wind might have knocked that down. Dvorak looks at Jeff Williams' serve, and here it comes. 1-3. Coming in. X-play to Stavurtlik. The block is up by Seeley, and Jeff Williams stutter stepping in the defensive backcourt. Couldn't get to a ball he should have covered.
Very rarely will that ball fall in front of Jeff Williams. Maybe he was expecting one of his teammates to dive for it, but Jeff Williams' strength is his scampering ability in the back row, and we'll see him playing defense while Seeley, his big setter, does the blocking.
Clark from our overhead view with his serve, and he keeps the ball alive, but it goes outside out. Teams up there, actually, individuals from Champion and OP.
And Stavurtlik and his boys, and Brasinio and his boys, they've battled it out in a couple of finals. Champion last week, and the week prior to that, OP. 19 points for each of those performers, and those points turn into cash, $48 per point.
Say hello.
We see Craig Buck at the service line. His team has just scored 2 straight points. First final, as I said, for Paul Mitchell of the season. Everybody expected him to play well. They've played well here this weekend. Bob Stavurtlik gets through, and Deal just reaches up. John, did you see that? He had Staverty right where he wanted him. Bob Stavurtlik, the magician.
Many people know that feeling. But I had him. Deal's the man. He's on the right side of your screen, goes right between his arms. And did Stavurtlik see it? You bet he did.
Well, Bob Stavurtlik is not only the captain of Team Champion, he's also the drill sergeant.
We work out. Our training this week has been consisting of about 3 times a week we get together, although give or take everyone's travel schedules and work schedules. But I think Roger Clark, maybe Mark Jones, are a little surprised how we train. We take it very seriously. We work hard. We work out about 3 hours each time we get together, and I don't think fatigue should be a factor today.
It's probably a real eye-opener when Roger Clark and Mark Jones saw just how Dusty and Bob approach this game and how they win.
Now Paul Mitchell on the good side. Deal cannot get to that ball. Did he tap it off the block? No, he did not. Olmsted and Bobby Clark both say no touch, and that's another point for Champion. Dusty Dvorak will serve 4-2.
That set was very tight. Craig Buck went up in the middle and decoyed his man. And on the outside set, too tight, too hard to get to.
4-2 the serve. Seeley goes to Craig Buck, and Craig Buck angles
Back to basics.
hard.
Back to basics. Right to that man. Craig Buck.
Yeah, go ahead, real hard.
Here is the target man. We've just had some trouble outside. This is the target zone. Will Craig Buck get it by that block? You bet, with authority. The maximum cutback. Right by Mark Jones.
No problema. That thing was gone. Deal will serve. Jump serve time now for Deal. He's had a great tournament serving the ball. Right up there to Dusty Dvorak. Stavurtlik comes back, and right there, Seeley, the setter, reaches up with the right paw and spanks it back at Stavurtlik. That's a point for Paul Mitchell. It's 3 for Paul Mitchell and 4 for Champion.
And when you are a blocker, as is Seeley right here, he has to get up, hold his position, and penetrate over the net. And he's going to help out Craig Buck in the middle and make that block. Very nice, and snaps it back with his wrist. Nice body control and nice composure as he goes up high.
3-4. Here's the man with the missile. Oh, and a great pass by Stavurtlik. He chased that thing down. Jeff Williams digs him. Net is the call.
That time Seeley a little too aggressive as he's going up there trying to do it all on the block. Penetrated over the net, but caught the top of the tape with his forearm. Some great defense that time by Jeff Williams to make it happen. There's the set and the outside swing, the penetration over the net. We can see how aggressive Seeley is. He was all alone out there, penetrated way over the net, but too aggressive on that one.
And John, a bad pass, a bad set on that transition ball. They lost their big ace server, right? They could have had that ball up and gotten a point and kept Deal at the service line. And Bob Stavurtlik tries to dig that ball. It goes out.
Stverlik digging directly behind the split block that time. He'll often make that dig. That time off his arms and out of bounds, though. Look at Stverlik playing in the backcourt between the hole, off his arms, and he just flinched a little too much. He was in the right spot for that split block. Couldn't come up with it.
Captain Stverlik, Captain Williams. 3-4 the serve. Tough jump serve. Bob Stverlik with a nails pass, and he bangs off of Deal. Side out.
Three-man block up there. No secret where that set was going. All three blockers up and over the net, but Stverlik still gets the ball down. 4 kills now for Stverlik.
(4-3) the score for Roger Clark. Jump serve. Sealy chases down that pass, and Craig Buck goes up and just does sort of a Steve Salmons thing, gets that ball past the defense.
Well, the ball was not in his wheelhouse, a little out of his range, so he just added an extra elbow onto his arm, extended a little bit more, and knuckled it to the unguarded corner.
Clark goes to Dvorak. He has to bump set the ball to Roger Clark, and that ball is blocked big time. That ties it up. It's 4.
Craig Buck all over it, and we'll take a look at exactly what his role is here. In the middle, he wants to take that angle, so as that ball gets set, he's going to reach to the cross-court zone right here and take it away with authority. Let's check it out as his arms slice toward the middle. There it is, the nice penetration over the net with both forearms and both wrists. Very aggressive block. Took away that center section of the court.
And Buck serves force. Nice tough serve on Clark. It's trouble ball now for Champion. Here's a point opportunity. Deal bangs it. Roger Clark digs it, but it goes over. Sealy takes a swing against Mark Jones, and it works out. Again, another point for Paul Mitchell.
Another point, and again, the strength of Mike Sealy at the net. It's taken him a few tournaments to find exactly what his role is. But here we'll see a loose ball. He could go up and set that ball or do whatever he wants with it. Instead, he takes a swing. He senses a weakness on the other side of the net, and his senses are getting better and better tuned all the time.
Rick Olmsted, the #1 ref, up, holding service right now. Likes what he sees. Here we go. Buck serve. Beach, California for stop number 3. Welcome back to the beach. A beautiful spring day and a great crowd here. Craig Buck at the service line. 6, serving 4.
That time Mark Jones goes up, feels the presence of big Craig Buck, and cuts it away from him, one of Buck's own tricks. And Jones' success in the middle has been kind of a happy surprise for the Champion squad. Really playing composed this season.
Here we go. Dusty Dvorak, 4-6.
Watch it. Come on, go.
Buck could not get up and really attack that set. Bob Stverlik could just fine, and that adds another point to the fellas from Champion. It's now 5-6.
Stverlik that time, 2 blockers on him, a familiar condition for Bob. Goes up to the high seam, and look at how high he contacts that ball. Goes over the top of those blockers' hands. Stverlik always sees the area of weakness. His 5th kill of the game.
Team Champion playing in their 3rd final of the year. Deal with a great approach. Nice arm swing. Up he goes. Big hit. Down it goes. Side out.
Okay, there's Deal, and he needs to wake up right now. He'll feel real good about that last hit. Now, can he stay under control for this jump serve? He knows that that's one of his roles, to go for points. Boom. There's his outside hitting function, going to the deep corner. A good target area. He's gone to the cross-court cut. Now the deep corner. He's playing smart.
And he will serve. Dvorak goes back to Stverlik. Double block up. Another block by Buck and Sealy.
You got 2. Cover. Go, go.
Another block by Buck, and the ball cannot be kept alive. Deal went up, pulled it off the net, had to roll it back towards Craig Buck and Mike Sealy, and they could not get the ball back over the net.
Okay, here's the set. We see the set and the retreating defense. This is going to be a cut shot, and we'll see Mike Deal have a little trouble on that cross-court cut shot. He won't get out there. He's on the left side. He's on the right-hand side of your screen. Here's the hit, and he's retreated too far off the net, could not come forward and make that dig. Deal told me he's proud of how quick he's gotten off the net to make his defensive plays, but that time too far and not able to go forward for that easier dig cross-court.
Service by Mark Jones.
There's one. What? No.
Deal taps the ball over the block. Dusty Dvorak keeps it alive.
I got Buffalo, Willie.
Deal has to go high but wide over the block. That's another point for Champion. We are tied at 6-6.
Okay, certainly Deal is unhappy about that. But the biggest effect may not be just the loss of that rally, but the effect on Craig Buck. He slumps his shoulders as that cross-court cut shot goes down. Deal's got to come back with some authority right now and some strength.
Jones serves sixes.
Oh, there's a source of strength they haven't been using very much. As Jeff Williams rips that one down the right sideline. First kill of the match for Jeff Williams.
Who'd have thunk it? They didn't think that Jeff Williams would only have one kill this far into the match. 12 points scored. Seeley serves, tied at sixes. Bob Stavertlik comes up on the X play and hits that ball wide. Bob Stavertlik with a hitting error and a point for Paul Mitchell.
He's got a very quick trigger. That time he waited just a little too long to snap the trap on that cutback, and it just went a couple inches out of bounds.
Seeley serves 7-6. And Mark Jones gets the set from Dusty Dvorak, puts that ball away. Well, there you have it. Another informative piece of information from John Lee.
There's so much for you to learn, Duffy. I have to keep filling you in on all this stuff.
From the Department of Redundancy Department.
Watch it.
Oh, Roger Clark spanks that ball down, and that is the tying point right there. We're tied at 7. Bob Stavertlik will go back to the service line as Roger Clark jumped up, took that pass and went over the net and just slapped it down. Roger got a point back for Champion, 7-7. At the top of our career wins in the ABDL with 13 wins.
Well, there's a good reason for that, too. Williams is a great passer and digger. Passing, how you set up your team's offense, and digging, how you turn those point opportunities into actual points.
Well, this is his first final of the year. Gene LeDuff is number 2, and there is Bob Stavertlik and Dusty Dvorak. Close, 3rd and 4th.
And they've been very, very consistent. That's what got them up there. They've had one less season to work on those win totals than Williams and LeDuff. And 6 wins, they're not through yet.
Well, let's see if Jeff Williams can add one, or will it be Bob and Dusty? Bob Stavertlik serves 8-7.
Watch it. Come on.
Seeley goes outside to Jeff Williams. He bangs hard, but Dusty Dvorak is there in the cross court. But Craig Buck is there in the middle of the net, side out.
Above the net, put it down. Side out, Paul Mitchell.
Oh, handsome rip down the line.
Yes.
There's the jump serve force of Mike Deal. Doesn't matter, you can be quiet for a while. If you can heat it up right now, and look at that rip well out in front of him, gets his full back and shoulder into that ball, and on the outside of the line.
Oh,
absolutely superb.
Look at that camera work. Way to go, guys. Great shot of the hit and a great shot of the ball touching the tape. 8s. Not that time. Deal trying to do it again. He dealt it wide. 8-8 is the score.
Well, a big jump server is kind of like a field goal kicker in football. People are afraid to toy with the guy's temperament. Just let him go. Try and say nothing to it. Want to just let him feel it and go for it.
Jones. Williams with the pass. Deal with the attack. Roger Clark was there. And he gets a swing, but Mike Seeley, it's nice to have a setter like Seeley. What great block.
Okay, a great dig. Ball is going to go to Roger Clark right in this area, but too much Seeley on the block. Seeley's going to protect this line area and just shut it off completely. Big block coming in from the right side. Sorry, 2 men up, and Seeley excited. His youthful vigor very evident.
Seeley serves. Bob Stavertlik rips the ball hard into Jeff Williams, and there goes Mike Deal out into the fans going, "Hi, girls." No, that's a side out.
And Deal's quickness, we've talked about it. He actually got a phone number while he was out there on the other side of that restraining barrier.
8-8 is the score. We're tied up. Cool day, but very, very high heat of intensity. A very high heat of intensity on the court. Both of these teams want it. Champion wants to stay on top, and Paul Mitchell wants to win their first final. Ooh, shank you very little as Deal just clubs one into the referee's stand. That's a point for Champion. Well, we score for Champion. Nice crowd here in Long Beach. We're just down from the Queen Mary, right above the Olympic pool for the LA Olympics.
Stavertlik has the wind coming off of his right shoulder now, so he's not going to try a jump serve, just try and keep it in with a float. Oh,
great dig by Bob Stavertlik. Dusty Dvorak can't control the ball. Side out.
Stavertlik again in the right spot to make that dig. He knows if he keeps up his intensity, keeps up his adrenaline, he'll start making those digs. And if he keeps his vision clear in his killer loops.
Williams. Jump serve. Stavertlik, a nails pass again. Clark on the outside. He goes off the block. Buck got a hold of it, but could not divert the ball back down. Side out.
Roger Clark's having a very good offensive game. 8 kills now for Roger Clark. He's not always the man they go to for the putaways, but he seems to have a great feel for where to hit that ball. That time hits the seam, goes right in between the blockers, off of Craig Buck's hands and out of bounds.
And there's Roger.
He missed that last serve. Still gives it a nice spank.
Buck gives it a nice spank off the block. Dusty Dvorak picks it out of the crowd. Bob Stavertlik bangs it off of Seeley. Oh, right there, Seeley just sort of gave up on Bob. He went out there and went, ay, what am I going to do now? I'm all alone.
He wasn't the only one to give up on Stavertlik. A long rally, and Craig Buck never did get out there. Buck retreating off the net. There's the nice penetration over the net, and it goes down. And now here's how the play ends, and note, only one blocker out there. Craig Buck still way over on the left side of the court, unable to help Seeley against Stavertlik. And against Stavertlik, you need a lot of help. He's got 10 kills now this game.
Seeley looked like he went through a fence and saw a big dog, turned around and went the other way. Deal bangs off of Dusty Dvorak, side out. The score is 10-8 for Champion. Paul Mitchell will serve.
Deal up very high on that wide set, hitting it off Dusty Dvorak, something that doesn't happen very often. I mentioned about Seeley being such a good blocker. Well, Dusty Dvorak is among the very best.
Blocker, setter, digger. Buck. Bob Stavertlik is blocked, but the ball goes wide. Deal got up there on him, blocked the ball, and the wind kind of just kept it going off the court.
So Deal has to fight that frustration now. Deal goes up on Stavertlik. He says, "It's you and me, Bob, but I've got you." And he did have him, but it went just outside the tape. Stavertlik gets to smile. Deal gets another lesson in frustration.
And we get another great shot from our ESPN crew as Deal cleans up the glasses. Bob Stavertlik looking through the net. He's got a lead of 2 points. His server is Dusty Dvorak. Dusty digs it. Roger Clark goes up and takes it off the block. No, he taps that ball wide, side out.
Tough play for Roger. That ball was up there on the net, and he knew he had to take a whack at it and do something with it. Just tried to keep it in, but out of bounds. There's the dig from Dusty Dvorak into the net. Roger makes a nice break, goes up and gets it against Buck. He knows he has to be high. Got a little too high and a little too much wrist, carried out of bounds.
Nice pass by Stavertlik. Here comes Clark. Oh, and he goes What do we got? No high hands. We've got hands up, but no little touchy sign. That is a point for Paul Mitchell. Rick Olmstead's hands went up. He looked to Bobby Clark. Bobby said, I didn't see anything or hear anything. And that is another point for Paul Mitchell. It is now 9 for Paul Mitchell and 10 for team champion.
Williams serving into the wind. He'll try and really gut it out on this jump serve.
Dvorak goes outside to Clark. He is blocked by Seeley and Buck, but he is not. Right there, Seeley did not get far enough outside, did he, John? And that ball was good.
He left a little bit of line for Roger Clark, and Roger can thump that line. Very quick arm swing. There it is, off the wrist. We see Seeley trying to sweep it, and that one bounced right off your living room table. 9 kills now for Roger Clark. Buck gets closer to the end of that game, he just gets tougher and tougher. A big block right now would really light it up for Craig Buck.
Mike Deal serves. 9-10. 15 points. You must win by 2. Dvorak giving the signal. Deal at the service line. Oh! Had no chance right there. The set was a little too low, and the D was very high.
No pasa por aquí, says Craig Buck. He says, I'm going to slam this door and slam it hard. Look at that block all over Jones, and Jones gives it the full swing. That's his tendency to just gun away. That time, Craig Buck all over it. 4 stuffed blocks now for Craig Buck.
Coming back.
Bob Stavertlich works from the outside off the block, gets the side out. Dusty Dvorak, the setter for team champion, has to have a plan when it gets down to crunch time.
I'll tell you, late in the game, when the game's close, it really depends from game to game, the team we're playing, where their strengths are, who's playing well on our side, who's hot. You can't, I mean, Bob Stavertlich obviously is the guy to go to on our team, but our last, in the semifinals, Mark Jones came through for us at the end, and so it just depends. And yeah, I wish I could give you a better answer, but I do, hopefully, what's going to make, us win.
And Dusty can think out there in the middle of the court. That's what impresses all of his competitors and teammates so much, is that he is always thinking. He's a captain and a coach out there on the court.
I like his hair. Oh, Seeley didn't get away with it that time. He had to go up and take a swing at it. It did not work. We are tied again, John. It's 11-11, a picket fence.
Seeley has had a lot of luck, and what he's doing is he's beating the middle blocker, who's kind of watching the action over here. Instead, he says, you're not going to get me again. And as Seeley goes up to set with the ball right there, blocker goes up and completely eclipses the ball. Check it out. A nice move by the middle blocker. Says no more surprise attacks. That's Bob Stavertlich, who is thinking every bit as hard as his partner Dusty Dvorak, and he gets credit for the smart thinking as well as the execution.
Not fooled at all was Bob Stavertlich on that play, and he was good for a point. Deal has trouble with that pass, and Seeley has a real problem with the set, and that's another point for champion. It's 12-11.
And the problem is consistency. Seeley says, hey, you haven't been calling that ball all day, Rick Olmstead, and suddenly you blow the whistle.
And Rick goes, but Mike, you're a setter, and I can't let you do that.
Roots had a dry spell with women. He's had a little dry spell on the court, too.
Mark Jones at the service line. Serious players and serious fans.
You can see the flags blowing from left to right. He's going to try and put a little topspin on that float serve.
Buck couldn't put the ball away. Roger Clark was there. And everyone, Jones, Mark, get it. Not.
Well, Jones has had to run to the net after that serve. It's a tough role for any middle blocker. Serving the ball and then running all the way up to the net and then being ready for the lateral movement. Mark Jones didn't have too much left to make that scramble play. Craig Buck is such a nice big target for a setter. 6'8".
All of them way up there.
Coming in.
And he's there on the block, and Jones swatting it around. Oh, goes up deep. Craig Buck says, I'm going to swing that. No, I don't need to. It's going down.
I think a couple of guys had a shot at that ball, but Buck raised the very big hammer. We'll see the block and another confrontation at the net between middle blockers. The ball is up, outside, and now Deal's going to hit the ball off the middle blocker's hand, off the line blocker's hand, up, and Craig Buck with a fake knuckle swipe froze the defense just for a moment and put it down.
The old fake knuckle swipe will work every time, John Lee. We're tied at 12s. Something you used a lot in your days.
It's become only a fake now. I used to have some authority behind it.
Dvorak goes outside to Clark. He is blocked by Buck.
Oh, my gracious.
How does he do that?
I don't know, but he dashed a lot of spirits. No one knows how he does it. His teammates are amazed. Stverlik's going to get this set, and no one can get it. Watch, Craig Buck will actually fall to his knees as the set comes back here to Stverlik. Watch him watch the defense. Where can he go? What's available? Try this one. He is not guessing, folks.
It is a great match. If you've just tuned in, I'm telling you, you've missed some great volleyball. If you've been with us, I know you're still here. It is 13-12 for champion. Roger Clark will serve. Craig Buck will deliver a nice long hit to the deep corner, side out.
All this and no surprises to Craig Buck. He's the man. 15 kills now in this game alone. Craig Buck goes up and gets the high one set, and he goes right to the deep corner.
He's on the good side now. Good side means the wind in his face, but he serves it out again. That's 2 in a row for Craig Buck serving out. Don't do that.
Buck is not trying the spin serve or the jump serve from back there. He just wants to get it in easy and run to the net and establish his blocking position, but that time served it too deep, too much flotation.
He doesn't need to jump serve. He's tall enough to serve like that. Dusty Dvorak serves 13-12. Buck couldn't get to that ball. Paul Mitchell trying to side out. Oh, a Sputnik, a point.
A throw called by Rick Olmstead as Seeley went to set that ball. He's upset. We talked about his youth, but he's a tough competitor. He's determined right now. He wants to come right back and redeem himself after that set.
Now we have the first match point, tournament point here in Long Beach. It's 14-12 for Dvorak.
Oh, nobody but the Buckster. Seeley knows where his bread is buttered right now.
Side out, Paul Mitchell.
Come on, no!
Uh-oh. Clark's pass was too long. And Deal can handle that situation very well. It's a 13-14 ball game.
And some super back row defense and some nice shot selection by Mike Deal. Swing from the left side, and down it goes. Deal sees the opening. The blockers were playing to his angle. He hits to the cross court many times, as we mentioned. This time down the line with a little wrist.
Oh, Bob Stverlik on the X play. The ball was sort of up, but down.
No surprise that the set goes to Stverlik, and no surprise that he's up to the task again.
And now we have match point. Bob Stverlik at the service line. 14-13 is the score. The captain of champion.
Oh. Net called by Bobby Clark. Stverlik arguing some esoteric point.
Bobby's not mic'd. We can't hear this discussion, but we know that it's been settled well by Mr. Clark. And Coach Bob settles back into serve-receive. It's 13-14 now.
And now Jeff Williams is looking right into the wind. His top spin serve will be very effective.
Roger Clark with a nice pass.
Beautiful pass.
Oh, Craig Buck with a beautiful block. We are tied at 14.
And the side advantage goes to Jeff Williams right now, who would like nothing more on earth than just to dial up another jumper. Stavurlik against the big block, and look at Buck's aggressiveness in crunch time. And is he a happy man? You said he's a veteran, but he's not cold at all. Fired up right now.
And now, dialed in. 14s. Win by 2. Ooh.
A beautiful pass by Roger Clark on some very good Jeff Williams serves. That time Jones takes a big swing at that one set and hits it way out of bounds. He expected to be hitting Craig Buck's hands, did not.
I thought the ball went off Buck because it took such an obtuse angle off the field of play. Here we go. Match point number 1 for Paul Mitchell. Williams, the captain, serves. Ooh, a great up by Stavurlik on a tough. Oh, and a victory! Oh, inches. Bob Stavurlik diving in the sand to even get a piece of that ball. Roger Clark hit the top tape. Could have fallen on either side. What a reversal of fortunes. Jeff Williams steps back to that service line and takes over. A great finish for a fantastic match here in Long Beach. I'm telling you what, John, that is 4-man beach volleyball. That is it at its best. A 16-14 ball game goes to Paul Mitchell in Long Beach, and we'll be right back with Craig Buck right after this.